Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jimmy, the Tennessee Prepper. Today we're going to talk about water. Agua, high quality H2O. It doesn't matter if you have a year's supply of survival food stocked up, you've got 10,000 rounds of ammunition, and you can speak to anyone around the world on your ham radio. If you don't have enough water for you and your family, all of the rest of that is absolutely worthless. Now, most preppers say that you should save at least a gallon of water per person per day. I think you should have at least a week's worth, if not more. And make sure you include everyone in your house, including your pets and your animals. Whatever you think you're going to need, go ahead and increase it because you're going to use more than what you think. Floods, tornadoes, hurricanes all can have a negative effect on your water supply. Doesn't matter if you're on city water, if you've got a well, the water table can get screwed up, the water processing plant can go down. It doesn't matter. You need to have and to be prepared. So number one, prepare ahead. Start now, don't wait. Number two, after the S hits the F, and either nothing's coming out of your faucet or what's coming out of your faucet doesn't look or smell like it should, you've got to have an alternate source to fall back on. And number three, you need to be able to filter whatever water you get from your other sources. So, number one, storing water. Since it's just me and my dog, I've got 14 gallons stored away in these containers that I found on Walmart.com. I believe each one holds 3.5 gallons, and I'll put the link in the description below. I also put water treatments drops in them to extend the potability up to 5 years. I'll put the link to those drops down in the description also. The containers are easy to fit under a table, under your bed, in a closet, whatever. I don't trust my city water. That's a video for another day. But I used to buy the big 4-gallon jugs of water from my grocery store. It's like $7 or $8 per jug. But I recently found that my local Walmart, back in the grocery section, now it could vary depending on store to store, I'm not sure, but at my store it's back in the grocery section. There's a water refill station, and I believe it right now is 49 cents a gallon. So you can bring your own containers in and fill it up. I have 2 4-gallons and a 5-gallon, so it's 13 gallons of water that I can fill up there, and it's less than what I was paying for the 4-gallon at my grocery store. When you go to checkout, I would use the self-checkout because a lot of times the cashiers don't ring it up right. You go under the search for product feature and just start typing in water, and it'll come up as a little icon. It has a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 5-gallon option. So whatever combination of those you have to put in to equal whatever you've got, it'll work. But yeah, that's a good option to get your storage going. And I use it for myself and my dog. Now, if you have the room and can go bigger, by all means, if you want to put 50-gallon drums of water away, if you want to buy packs of bottled water, or a mixture of all the above, whatever you want to do. Just make sure that the containers you use are BPA free so they won't degrade over time and leak plastics into your water supply. And be sure to treat your water to keep viruses and bacteria from contaminating the water, and try to keep it stored in a cold, dark place. And just help keep it good for longer. Now, number two, alternate sources of water. Depending on where you live, you can collect rainwater. Now, some states, Oregon They believe that they own the water, they own the rain, and will fax you or fine you if you collect rainwater. But if you can, where you're located, you can collect rainwater. You can use your gutters on your house, hook them up to a drum, and collect that way. The community prepper here on YouTube has a great video showing how he installed his, and I'll link to that video below. I've learned a lot from his channel, and I'd recommend you go over there and give him a follow. He's really good at simplifying a lot of this stuff. Another source that you may have, like I do, is a swimming pool. I have an above ground swimming pool that is 9 feet wide by 18 feet long by 4 feet tall, which is roughly 4,800 gallons of water right there in my backyard. Maybe you live near a lake or a stream, creek, river, some kind of body of water. You can use that as a source of water. If where you live it's wintertime and you've got 3 feet of snow on the ground, you've got frozen water all around you. Grab some buckets of snow, you can melt them and use it. Now, of course, all of these options are going to require you to filter the water before you can drink it. Now, you can use the rainwater, you can use, any of these sources of water to bathe, clean stuff with, but to drink, you're going to have to filter it. Which brings us, last but not least, to number 3, filtering your water. There are many water filtration systems out there, from life straws that let you drink right out of any source, filtering it as you drink, to reverse osmosis systems and gravity-fed systems. Now, life straws are great for short-term use, and you should definitely keep some in your vehicles. Throw some in your go bags. They're good to have. They're not that expensive, so grab you a couple. Reverse osmosis systems are good, but most of those have to be plugged in. So if you're going through a natural disaster that's knocked out your power, that's not really going to help you any. So I suggest the gravity-fed systems. Doesn't require electricity. It uses gravity. It's a slower process, but you don't have to worry about not having electricity and it not working. You can build one out of a filter and some buckets, but I prefer to just buy a system. There's actually several out there, and I just bought one, and so I'll be posting the unboxing for that coming up soon. They basically just, the gravity draws the water through the filter into the bottom container, and it takes time, but I think mine, I usually fill up at night, and then by in the morning it's done. So to recap, you've got to have water. And the best thing to do is start storing it now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now, before something happens and you need it. But if you're hit with a natural disaster, or the SSF, and the water ain't coming out of your faucet, or what isn't right, you got to have another way of getting water. And no matter what alternative you use, you're going to have to be able to filter it. So I hope some of this has been helpful. Please like the video if you found it helpful, and subscribe. Help us grow this channel. I appreciate all of the comments, all the people that have subscribed so far. Let's grow this channel. Until next time, Proverbs 28:19. Let's get started.